my channel. I'm so glad that you're here. If you're new here, I make content to help encourage Christian singles, and I'm sticking with this background. I kind of like it. I know the lighting is a teensy strange, so but it's a little bit easier for me with this setup than in the other setup. So if you have a preference, let me know. I wanted to do a quick housekeeping update. I am currently having a lot of irons in the fire. If you don't know, I don't know how many of you guys like read the little section on the YouTube explains what the video is about. But if you scroll down from there, it shows that I also do one-on-one conversations for Christian singles just to encourage you and help you in whatever capacity I can. And being single for a lot of years, I can just speak on the topic and hopefully try to help you and encourage you, pray for you, whatever you're needing as a resource, or maybe you just need someone to speak some hope into your life, just one-on-one. And I love that. I love helping people in their dating lives as well. If you want help on your dating app, I can help you with that as well. So whatever you're wanting as far as a Christian single, those one-on-one conversations, I just have people in my comment section a lot asking questions that can't really go that in depth in the comment section. So that's what I have that for, so you have the opportunity to just chat one-on-one, and it's a video call. Housekeeping number 2, I also am now a content creator for a church called Timber Hill Christian Church. And I was hoping that you guys could go over there and follow them. But also, if you are in Oregon, McMinnville specifically, Oregon, that's where that church is located, and they are trying to grow their community. They are so passionate about the gospel and just spreading the gospel in truth and power and discipleship. And I cannot recommend this church enough. It is my brother-in-law's church, so my sister and her husband, and they have just put so much work into this church, and I just love it. So I'm invested, but I would just love to share if I have any followers from that area for you to go there, but also to go follow their YouTube page, and I will put it in the video. And also, one more housekeeping thing. I have just been praying, you know, YouTubers, the way that they make money a lot of times is through having like a Patreon, which I don't ever see myself doing. I don't really like when people do that because I feel like there's just content that they're putting out there that we can't see, the general public, and so I get annoyed. So I've never paid for a Patreon, so I'm just not a huge fan of it, but I was like, okay, how can people support me if they're liking these videos? So what I am going to do actually is on the little description below, I'm going to put my Venmo there, and if you just wanted to like buy me a coffee or something, like if this video series, if this channel is providing value for you to help support that in some way, would be awesome. Also, even subscribing and liking helps with that. So even that, if you don't feel like shooting me a coffee Venmo, that's totally fine. But anyways, I just wanted to put all of that stuff out there for my new followers. I'm so excited that you guys are here. I've been trying to promote my page a little bit more, especially on TikTok. But yeah, I don't know how much longer TikTok's going to be around. I'm super sad about that because I feel like we have so much freedom over there and freedom to see what's happening in our world. So I've just been praying for TikTok to stick around. But ultimately, that's in the Lord's hands, and all we can do is trust Him in that. So today's video I was not too excited about just because I don't really like making videos that are directed towards the opposite sex, because ultimately I think these videos need to be made by that same sex. But I do feel okay about it because I just watched a couple videos that were like towards women that guys were making, and I'm like, okay, I feel like this is okay if it's coming from a heart of love and a heart of encouragement, and also a heart of like just my own personal experience. So I'm making this video in love, and I'm also making this video out of my own frustration. So you may have seen by the thumbnail, I have been recently going to other churches, and one of the things that I'm noticing in every church that I go to is the lack of single men who are actually someone that I would consider dating. And I have been to a handful of different Christian churches, and just recently, last Sunday, I went to one, and as I just looked through the church, the single men options was very slim. But then the ones that were there were someone that I would not consider for a spouse. And I wanted to talk about that because I was watching this video. What kind of sprung me to want to make this video was I was watching this guy. He has his own podcast, and he was talking about how he counsels like a lot of single women, and he was saying that one thing he tells these single girls is, especially like in their late 30s to early 40s, who are still single and kind of frustrated of being single, one thing that he tells them is, well, the one thing you can focus on right now as a single is just being in the best shape of your life. And how men are like visual creatures, and how if you are fit and looking good, like that just adds to your ability to be chosen by someone, which I 110% agree. I do not disagree with that advice. I am for that advice. I'm a personal trainer. Yes, I agree with that. But what made me chuckle like a little bit was the guy who was giving the advice to these women looked like he had never lifted a weight in his life. Like, he was so skinny to the point where he looked very frail. And I was just like kind of chuckling to myself, like the double standard of the advice that you're giving to someone. Like, I understand it's good advice, but also if you're giving out advice to people to follow, I am a big proponent of you should follow your own advice. Don't tell people to do something and then not do it yourself. So I was just like chuckling to myself. Anyways, but all that to say, as a female who works hard to take care of herself, invests in herself, as I was at this church, I was just seeing all these beautiful, like absolutely gorgeous women, single women across the church who are like getting their nails done, getting their hair done, getting their toes done, and they were wearing these super cute outfits. And I was just thinking, like, across the room, the amount of money that these women are putting into just looking good coming into a church Sunday service is crazy. I mean, just like a hair appointment alone for a female is, well, on like a medium end, I would say like around $180 plus a tip, so like probably $200 and some dollars. And then you're looking at, you know, like if you're getting spray tans, which I offer spray tan services, so that's $35. And then your nails, I mean, that's like $55 to $75, and then your toes start at $55. So all that to say, that's not even your makeup or your clothes. All that to say is women are just investing a lot to look good. And I'm not saying they're just doing that for men alone, but they are making an investment. And on top of that, women are also working out. These women were fit. Like, I was scanning the room and I was like, there's a bunch of rock star women in here. And I was just thinking to myself, there's all these beautiful, fit, successful women, and a lot of them own their own homes. And I was just looking across the room and I was like, but where is the men? Where is the men who are setting the same standard as the women are? And as I looked across the room, and this isn't just this church, this is like every church that I've been to, there's just no manly men who I feel like if something went down in the church, like they could protect you. And I don't want to be the strongest person in the room. Like, I want to know, like, the men in this church can out bench press me. Like, I just feel like as a man, part of what the role that you play is a protector. Obviously, protector, provider, But if you are not working in the gym to make yourself stronger, there is a disservice, one, that you're doing for yourself, but two, it's like the church is now weaker because you're not making yourself stronger. And I'm not just saying physically, but spiritually as well. We should be, if we are believers, we should be holding ourselves accountable to be fit, to be people. Obviously, if you have like something that keeps you from that, I'm not talking about people with disabilities. I'm talking with people who have the ability to go work out. If you are a female or a male, you should be going to the gym. You should be watching what you're eating, and if you're having trouble with that, maybe working with someone to help you towards those goals. But the church is just so weak. Like, when I look around it, I'm like, where are the powerful men? Like, I'm gonna be scanning this room and being like, yeah, I'd pick him as a battle warrior. Like, I'd pick him as a battle warrior. But when I look across the room, I'm like, there is nobody in this place where I would pick to war with. And that's concerning. The church should be a powerhouse, not just spiritually, but physically. Like, what if you walked in the church and there was a bunch of Spartan type men? Like, that would be awesome. That would be so cool. And women are attracted to masculine energy. Women are attracted to a man who can take care of business. If you know how to protect yourself physically, you know how to provide financially, and you know, like, if something went down, you could protect your family. And in making this video, I'm not trying to attack anyone. I'm just saying there is a severe lack of this type of men within the church. There is a severe lack of masculine men within the church. And what I walked away from and why I wanted to make this video is not to attack anyone, but really to call the females. Like, as I left that church, I was just like, man, like, what can I do as a single to encourage this? Like, how do we get the men back in the church? Like, how do we get men in the church who are masculine, who are protectors, who are men who take care of themselves, who hit the gym, who have those muscles, right? And I was just like, where are they at? But how do we get them? And God was just telling me, as a single woman, what I have available to me right now is prayer. And I need to pray that godly men start raising up. I need to pray that men who want to protect and provide and take care of themselves come to church. And it seems like maybe an easy thing, but I can't just keep coming to church frustrated, and being like seriously discouraged, because I want that type of man in my life. I want that type of man to lead me, and I can't find him in the church. And it's so frustrating because I feel like that's where I should be able to find him, but he is not there. And I was talking to God about it. I was like, why is he not here? And I think it's because these type of men, they walk into the church and they don't see anyone like them. They don't see another godly man who is masculine, who's working out, who is training to protect his home. They're not seeing that. And so all they're seeing is all these weak men, and they're like, I don't want this. I don't want to be a part of this. So then they leave. So we need like a startup group. We need like a startup group of powerful men who are starting to come to church. And what is a woman's role in that? A woman's role is, one, to encourage men to rise up in this area, but also the other part for a woman is to be an encourager and to pray, to be an intercessor and to pray for this to happen, because it's not going to happen without a foundation of prayer, and not to give up, not to settle either, women. I think that, you know, because we're not finding men like this in the church, we're going outside the church to find someone. We're going outside the church to find a man who fits those characteristics, but not the spiritual. And that's like a thing that the enemy uses, right? Like, oh, you can find this type of man just outside the church. And And just as important as your physical aspect, it also is important for your spiritual. So you can't compromise. Like, don't compromise just because it's not there. Believe that God can bring it. Believe that your prayers are powerful. Believe that you can make an impact for the kingdom of God, and that these type of men are needed for the church. They're needed for communities. Communities need Christians to be strong. We were created to be warriors, cities on a hill, to make a difference. You're not going to make a difference not doing anything with your life. The way that you make an impact is being someone who impacts other people's lives. And I didn't want to make this video to make anyone feel attacked. Like, truly pray about where you're at. Like, if you're a guy watching this, pray about it. I'm not trying to attack anyone, but I'm just saying, what are you doing with your temple? Like, you only get one body. What are you doing with that? Would you feel confident protecting your family? Like, would you feel confident if there was a physical altercation? Like, would you feel confident protecting your family? And be honest with that. And if you're not, how would you correct that? How would you, what would be the steps for that? And this, once again, what I am preaching right now, I'm putting into practice. I'm in the gym so much that I probably need to cut back on that, but it's because I want to be strong. I'm a single female. I have to be strong. Like, obviously God is my protector, but I also have to be strong. I have to take care of myself, and I want my husband to be attracted to me. I want my husband to be proud of me. I want to be able to be equipped for the tasks at hand. If we are at the end times, I want to be able to be physically capable to do the things that God calls me to do. And I truly believe that is being a good steward of what God has given you. And so, yeah, this is a little bit short video, like a pep talk video. But yeah, I just felt really called to make it. Do it fit what you will. But if you're a female who's just really discouraged for what the church has to offer as far as men goes, don't be so discouraged that you forget that you have the authority and you have the power to pray over that. You have the power and you have the authority every time you enter your church to be like, God, I am not seeing any men here that I'm attracted to, but in Jesus' name, I pray that you bring them. In Jesus' name, I pray that you bring men who are going to rise up, who, when I walk in, I'm like, I have to go talk to that guy. Like, there is no way I can leave without going to talk to him. Like, that is a level of attraction that you're feeling towards someone. And yeah, I think that's exciting. I think we need to start getting excited about what God can do in your church instead of every Sunday just being discouraged. We are supposed to abound in hope. The word says abound in hope. We need to start shifting where we're at and understanding that prayer is what changes the struggle that you're going through. So I hope you enjoyed this pep talk. Once again, I'm not attacking anyone. I say this all in love. And yeah, I just thank you for watching and pray your day is blessed. Bye.